like
more
Q&A.
Yeah.
I think everybody here at least has like the most basic, so it'd be better to just go from there.
Can you at least say, hi, my name is Bitcoin Kenny?
Bruce, let's make videos. I would totally watch that.
Oh, I got that on video. Wow, that was amazing.
Wake up, America. You're going to get your belly slapped if you don't start investing in cryptocurrency.
So, cryptocurrencies, where do we begin?
Right. So yeah, because I feel like it's important to make that distinction too. Like, there's cryptocurrencies, which is a whole thing. And there's Bitcoin, which is the original one, and the biggest one. Like as far as the market, like how many people are there, how many businesses accept it. Bitcoin is the one to use. Like to get any other cryptocurrencies, you basically have to have Bitcoin. Like you would buy Bitcoin with Federal Reserve notes, and then you could turn that into any other cryptocurrencies.
Nice.
Bitcoin is also 18 times higher in price than any other cryptocurrency, and it's the highest it's ever been. And I'm not holding on to a lot of Bitcoin as like an investment right now because it's really, really high already. Where there's a lot of other ones that are in the penny or fraction of a penny range that are just newer. Are at
How many years has it been existing?
8.
8 years.
Almost 9.
And it's been steadily rising ever since in value?
It's done like this, where it goes up and then drops a bit, and it goes up and drops a bit.
Okay.
Goes up and drops a bit.
And so, why would one want Bitcoin?
Well, the big reasons are it's completely non-violent, usury-free currency. So, like, every American dollar that's printed is debt that was created with interest that's now owed on that debt. And that's debt that was created based on the idea that every one of you is going to pay taxes for the rest of your life. But cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is just created through an algorithm. And it's inflationary to a point. It's a calculated inflation from when it launched until 2140, when there will be 89 million Bitcoin, and then there will never be another one created ever.
So rather than the U.S. debt going in dollar, unlimited amount, Bitcoin stops at 89 million.
Yeah, no matter, and it's the same amount coming out every set period of time from when it launched until.
Therefore, it's not going to be valueless.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It can't just keep diminishing because
Sure.
every year you print another trillion of them.
Next question. How would someone obtain Bitcoin? What's the best way that you recommend from your research?
Well, the easiest, if you do use banks and stuff like that, the very easiest is to get on either local Bitcoins or Coinbase, and you can just do a digital transaction and like PayPal somebody money and get Bitcoin for it.
Though, why don't you use Coinbase?
I don't use any of those. I don't use anything that connects a name and social security number, bank account, addresses, any of those things to my Bitcoin.
So what do you use?
I use Mycelium is my main wallet.
What's it called?
Mycelium.
Okay.
Which is just an Android wallet.
And that's an app you can get on the App Store.
Yeah, it's on Mac
Okay.
or Apple phones and Android now.
Mycelium.
Yeah.
Hugs are part of cryptocurrency.
Yes. Yeah.
Zero interest on hugs. Hug coin.
Hug coin, love coin, appreciate love coin.
So, the two best ways to get Bitcoin, I think. Three best ways. Very first one would just be from somebody that you know, because then you're gonna get charged like the fairest price you can get. They're probably just gonna sell it to you at whatever the market price is. You can go to ATMs.
So you can get Bitcoin from someone you know who will sell it to you for the value that you have decided with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next easiest thing would be localbitcoins.com.
Localbitcoins.com.
Yeah. And that's it's a marketplace which exists all around the world, and you can put in where you are and say that you want to do an in-person cash transaction. The second option would be localbitcoins.com. Which you can go to wherever you are in the world, you plug in the location where you're at, and it'll show you all the people in your area who are selling Bitcoin, how much they sell it at currently, and how many reviews and what rating they have from reviews. You pull up this location, we did it yesterday, there's a guy who, the closest person, has over 3,000 transactions and 100% rating.
Nice.
And he'll do up to like $10,000 worth of Bitcoin at a time. So obviously that's his full-time thing. And then the third option, which is generally going to be the most expensive, and sometimes not as private is Bitcoin ATMs. There's Bitcoin ATMs, at least one in every major city in the world. There's like 5 in Denver, a couple in Boulder. Depending on the company, there's different companies that set them up. Some companies, you can just walk up and do the transaction. Some companies require you put in a cell phone number that sends you like a verification code thing. And then some companies require you put like a state ID or something for them to take a picture of.
Is that why you said that it's not as
not
secure?
Necessarily going to be private. It depends on where you're at. It depends on the company, and then it depends on the state that you're in.
Who owns the ATM?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people don't really care. And some people want to follow the laws.
Okay.
So that would be the last option. But it's the one that you can do in the middle of the night. You know, most ATMs are 24 hours, so you could be in the middle of the night in a town where you don't know anybody and you don't have time to meet up with somebody and do a transaction. You can just hit an ATM and get
So if people think
currency,
that okay, this is something that we could potentially use, but where do we use it?
So just that, again, online is huge. Overstock.com takes Bitcoin, Expedia takes Bitcoin, so you can book flights, hotels, and rental cars with it. Through purse.io, you can buy things off of Amazon and get a discount actually with Bitcoin.
Did you say
purse.io?
Purse.io.
Yeah. Basically what it is there's people in other countries who get Amazon credit by being distributors on Amazon, and they get that in credit, which they can't turn into any other currency really, and they don't want anything off Amazon. And so you create an account on Purse, you create your wish list of items and how much you want to pay for them with a sliding scale discount, and the higher discount you put, the less, you know, it might end up taking 2 weeks before somebody gets it for you or whatever. And then you put Bitcoin, that amount, in escrow, and Purse holds on to it until the transaction's done. And so once somebody decides, oh, I'll buy that for this person, they don't see your details.
So you've committed to that price, so it's in escrow.
Yeah.
And then if somebody wants it, boom, it's there.
Sees it, they'll buy it for her. It'll get sent to you, and it's on like a wish list thing on Amazon. You give it the link to your wish list, so they don't actually get your personal information or anything. They just buy it for you there. And then when you get the thing, you go into Purse and say, I got it, and they get the money sent over to them.
What other practical ways can we use Bitcoin that you know of?
Well, it depends on where you're at. If you're on the West Coast, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, even LA a little bit, it's really big. New Hampshire, it's huge. Denver's actually really small as far as the number of businesses. But you can,
You said there was a website that'll show you what businesses use it?
Yeah, CoinMap and Spend Bitcoins, or coinmap.org and spendbitcoins.com are the two biggest directories.
And they will specifically show you who is accepting Bitcoin
in your area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of, you know, whether your area is very busy or not. Mm-hmm. And you can also use gyft.com to buy. They've got like 300 different companies. You can buy gift cards with Bitcoin at the exact face value. Mm-hmm. They have a backend, a different website backend where you can sell gift cards that you don't want for Bitcoin. Obviously, in that case, you're not getting face value because that's where they make their markup.
Okay.
But you can buy like Uber gift cards, you know, all kinds of restaurants, Sears, Walmart, the PlayStation Store.
In order to effectively live.
Yeah.
Off of Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then it just depends on where you live too. Like if you're in Acapulco, there's a vegan restaurant with an organic grocery store attached to it that accepts Bitcoin for everything. Nice. And then there's also an apartment rental company in town that accepts Bitcoin. So you could literally cover everything with it.
Nice. Yeah. So is that the grand direction that Bitcoin's trying to go, is kind of to, you know, become basically to usurp the Federal Reserve, just to have their own form of currency?
Definitely, yeah, a total alternative. And so I think just like with everything else, part of what we're moving towards as we move away from centralization of things is more options. Instead of there's one currency you're allowed to use, it's here's 1,000 currencies, you can use whichever fucking ones you want. And there's already a platform now called shapeshift.io, where you can instantly, for the tiniest percentage of a fee, you can transfer between any cryptocurrencies. So someone who only accepts Dash which is another one, like in their shop, you could pay them with Bitcoin just by plugging their address into Shapeshift and then sending it through there. And you'd pay like, you know, half.
Shapeshift.io.
Yeah, Shapeshift.io. It's like instantaneous. You can transfer between like 40 of the most popular cryptocurrencies.
Transfer currencies.
Yeah.
Cool.
Phone wallet actually that has Shapeshift built in, so you can switch your currencies in between to like balance. You know, one drops 50%, you can transfer a bunch over to it, and that sort of thing.
So what else? What else do we need to know?
I don't know. Those are the basics of Bitcoin. It's really easy to use, especially if you want to sell anything. If you want to be a vendor with it in any way, it's super easy because you can just put at the bottom of your videos a sign on your table, anything like that that just has your QR code, and people can buy your stuff with Bitcoin.
Okay, so if I want to accept Bitcoin on my store or my website or something like that, what would I do?
You can either integrate an actual like API, like Coinbase, Airbits. There's all these companies that have like front
That will
ends.
transfer the currency for you.
Yeah, or you can just have it set where it's like they can choose Bitcoin as an option to pay, and then when they click pay, it would like you send them an email that says, okay, send the amount that you had to this QR code. It just depends on how much of that front end programming work you want to do.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily that you have to do, but that you have to use some third party thing.
So Coinbase and
Coinbase, Airbits is the biggest one for
Airbits.
Yeah.
TZ or TS?
Z.
Okay. And last but not least?
Last but not least, the thing that I think is the biggest right now, where there's the biggest potential for actually like making money out of it rather than just shifting things, is getting into the little penny currencies, the ones that are just getting started, that have different purposes and stuff. Like there's Ripple is like, it's 25 cents right now. It's going to be over $100 within a year or two.
Ripple.
Because it's one that's actually targeting banks and credit unions and working on getting this, like, to get them to step their foot into cryptocurrency. So there's a whole bunch of these different ones where you don't have to spend $1,800 to get one. You can spend $20 and get 500 of those, and spend $20 and get 1,000.
And where do you find all those?
There's cryptocurrency exchanges. Bitrex and Kraken are the two most secure.
Bitrex is spelled.
Bittrex.
And
Kraken, Kraken. Poloniex has been the biggest one, but it's so big now. There's like $190 million worth of cryptos being traded there. So a lot of people don't feel safe using it
because
anymore
that might be more
so big.
susceptible to hacking because there's so much money
The next
in it.
biggest one is like 20 million.
Okay.
So it's just, which is unfortunate because it has the best user interface out of it.
What's it called?
Poloniex. I
Poloniex.
still have a little bit of mine on there just because I like the user
Spell
interface. Poloniex.
Thanks.
But so you can create an account on any of these exchanges, and you can choose to not verify any information, and it'll just kind of limit you. Like on Poloniex, it limits you to $2,000 a day you can put into or withdraw from your account if you haven't verified anything. If you verify like your legal name and your address and stuff, then it goes up to like $20,000. And if you want, you can connect a bank account to it, and you can take from your bank straight into Bitcoin in your account instead of having to like buy it from somebody and stuff. And you can sell out of your account straight to your bank.
Sweet.
If you want to do those things.
And where can we find out more about your awesome recipes?
Kenny'sConsciousKitchen.com.
Sweet. Thank you so much for this important information for freedom.
Yeah, absolutely.
And power.
Get off that blood money. Silver, cryptocurrencies, Star Tribe hours and other time-based currencies. Get as many of them as you can.
Where can we find you cooking next?
Next open event will be the Rainbow Gathering. I'll be there from June 21st until July 10th.
Doing what?
Oregon, cooking an instant soup at the 24-hour vegan kitchen.
Nice.
Come see us.
Sponsored by?
Sponsored by Gorilla Healer.
It's an honor. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Love you.
Yeah.